Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
Snakes. Why'd it have to be snakes? Welcome to The League Has Spoken, episode 4 or 5 of our show. I don't know anymore. It's week 3 of Survivor. We're back, baby. Brianna, my co-host, is back. The lovely background, which I'm sure we'll talk about. Kyla is back. Kyla's back in the show. We got Kyla back. The curse is back. Kyla's back. Brianna's back. We'll talk about the curse. And Christina, not the one who's afraid of birds, but our Christina, better Christina, is here. Christina, who's just watched the episode, not a couple minutes ago.
Fresh off of it. Fresh off of it.
Full of anger. She's angry. She's upset. We're gonna talk about it. I have you guys like my background here?
I love your background. That's the super soaker.
I have a series of background changes I've queued up. So if you're listening to this in your car or at work or alone in your home because you're sad, get off whatever you're doing. Watch it. This is going to be a good one to watch. There's going to be some good video cues.
Can I just address the fact that we're on 2 different screens, but we are indeed in the same house? We just each wanted our own quadrant, and we independently came up with that idea and discussed it at dinner.
Yes, I was wondering if you guys were going to be on the same screen, but it seems
well, we were last time, and it was too. There was too much.
I couldn't do the background because it wanted to like cut her out of it, and then I said it was fine, but
I don't get cut. I'm like, no.
Queen needs her own quadrant.
I need my own quadrant.
Yeah, we needed to get the crate snake up on screen, and we could only do that with 4 boxes.
My idea.
Yes. What else was I going to say? Just to peel back the curtain a little bit, we're recording this way too late at night to be recording a show that no one's going to watch about Survivor. It's 9:30. Normally Kyla's in bed. Brianna and I are winding down. Christina's probably just starting her night, I think.
No, I'm old.
It's you're old now. It's The League Has Spoken after hours.
I'm working in the kitchen. At night.
Don't hold back.
Hey, Squidward, guess what? I'm chopping lettuce. At night. Look at me, I'm swabbing the bathroom. At night. Ow! I burned my hand! At night. Night.
We're doing this late.
We're drinking.
Everyone's got a fun beverage.
We're eating pizza.
Kyla's eating pizza. I just smashed like 15 taquitos a couple minutes ago. That was my dinner. What'd you have for dinner, Christina?
I went to the New Haven night market, which is partially why I'm late to this, but I'm getting Kung Fu Kitchen.
I wanted to check that thing out. Is it good?
The noodles were not that good, honestly, but the duck buns, phenomenal.
Oh, I meant the night market.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we don't care. We don't care about your dinner.
The foodie in me is upset.
Your duck buns.
My duck buns. Yeah, it was cute. A lot of like independent sellers. I saw some stuff that you would like there, Brie. Definitely.
Love it.
Right.
That's something I like everywhere.
Yeah.
We'll have to follow up on our night market podcast that we're also starting for that fantasy league, the Market Fantasy League. That's gonna get cut. All right. So should we jump into this?
The girls will like the wreck. I'll just say that.
Yeah. Should we jump into this?
Yeah. Well, how about we dip our toe in because we don't want to get bit.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. So let's throw up the spoiler warning now. All right, so we're off and running on episode 3. Episode 3 starts with a recap of what we've all been talking about, Jake's bromance with Alex, something that I would define as workplace inappropriate at this point. We get like a whole 5-minute montage of them being obsessed with each other. Do we have, I didn't get Kyla or Christina's thoughts on this. Do we think it's weird?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an infatuation. Emotional masturbation's involved. I
I
don't
was
really
just
know
gonna say
what's
they're
going
probably
on.
jacking each other off when the cameras go to bed.
Oh,
We are gonna set a record. We are gonna set a record for the number
Whoa!
of it's Survivor after hours. We're
I-
doing this at night. We're doing this
I
at
mean,
night.
they're doing
No.
everything together. They probably
We're-
pee together.
Oh, okay.
They probably
We are gonna set a record for the amount of bleeps in this episode. It's
So
not
what
it's
I'm-
not a high number so far, but I'm gonna have a lot of editing to do tonight.
But
I
fuck
wasn't
it, let's
going
get started.
as I wasn't going as physical as Christina. Emotional masturbating is whenever you create in your mind a relationship that doesn't actually exist. So
Mm.
That's
you're
what they did.
literally like masturbating in your mind what could be and what is, but it's not real.
That's literally them.
And
I
they
was-
did
But then
handstands in their
Christina
underwear.
went full physical, and I might still agree.
It's
I
the
was-
same thing, basically.
I was real worried about the number of F-bombs I was gonna have to censor out, but we just said the word masturbation like 15 times.
You're
Yeah.
really bad at censoring. You know your bleeps. You can still hear the word.
Yeah,
It's like-
that's part of the that
Shit,
was
Yeah.
that's part of the charm, except now I am worried about it. Because our
Should we
moms listen
put-
to this.
Yeah, should we put out a parents version?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too late. We're already in. All right, so we keep going. I'm never gonna bring that topic up again. So so after the recap, we're going to Beach Life, and Alex says the episode title, which was Lovable Losers, in the first 6 seconds of the real episode.
I
Now,
noticed
last week, or maybe 2 weeks ago, whenever Smith was on, we talked about the episode title curse, where traditionally, or at least the last few seasons, whoever says the episode title ends up running into trouble or being involved in the major plot of the episode. But then nothing really happened the first 2 episodes. And in this episode, we even went as far as to say, I think the curse is over. The curse has never been more back. The curse has never been more back. And I'm convinced, maybe it was always here in front of us, right in front of our eyes. I think the Survivor gods truly, truly hate the Blue Tribe. It's like they're trying to smite them. First, Nicole pukes her brains out in episode 1.
Oh my god!
They don't get in episode 2, they can't get a single puzzle piece.
There you go. Don't push him over there. Be careful.
I'm putting this one in the deep freeze. It's over in terms of who's losing. Hell is done. Question.
Not one. And even in that challenge, Sophie B drops the puzzle pieces on Alex's head when they're getting the keys down.
It's giving real Rome energy.
And now someone almost dies for real. The curse has never been more back. So next week, I think it's titled Kick Rocks, Bro. I looked it up. I didn't write it
Ooh.
down. So, which would imply the existence of some sort of stress.
Should we take
But
a bet on who says that right now, currently?
Yeah, let's do that. Who do we think, jumping to next week's episode, which hasn't happened yet, who do we think's getting cursed next episode? And what do we think's happening? Do you think like a boulder's going to fall on them for real at this point? Struck by lightning?
I just
I
feel
think
like Nate's gonna say it. He gives me kick rocks energy.
Which one's Nate? Okay, I gotta look him up.
Marvel man, oldie Marvel guy.
It's not that old.
See, I was gonna say Sophie says it whenever they're gonna do a tribe switch up, and she's gonna be
Which
like, "Kick
Sophie?
rocks." The one on the blue tribe.
Hmm.
Is that Sophie?
Mm.
Am I
Yeah.
getting my S names mixed up? Okay.
Wait, is it
Um,
common for them to like group them into another tribe to like disperse them?
Isn't that kind of what the coming up implied? that
Yeah,
they
yeah,
were
yeah.
gonna
When
do
we
a
get to
tribe
the end, we'll
mix-up?
talk about that for sure. Christina might not have seen that because she was trying to finish it right before. I don't know
Yeah,
what you
I
saw.
didn't Spoiler alert.
No, it's fine.
But I could see her saying that whenever they do the mix up, like kick rocks, blue tribe. I don't know, and then she gets hammered out anyways. If the curse continues.
Yeah, but so the curse is back. And then we take a break
Wait,
momentarily.
you didn't
from-
vote. You guys didn't vote.
Oh,
Yeah, neither of
Um,
you said anything.
I want to. If we would like to claim besmirch a title next week, so whoever gets it right. So
okay.
that's
Let's
part of the
see.
superlative.
Make it Breeze superlative.
I would have said Jeremiah, but he's gone. So let's go with. I'll go with Jawan.
All right.
He's been saying a lot of like young person. He says cinema 8 times in this episode for no reason.
Riz God said cinema too.
Yeah.
He could
But his-
also be one that would say it.
Wait,
It's
so
kick-
who's saying what? Can we clue me back into what we're
We're
voting on?
trying to figure out before we get into Jake dying. We're trying to figure out who's going to say the episode title next week, and therefore who might be smited by God at this point for the
What's
curse.
the episode title?
Kick rocks, bro.
Well, they might
Riz
not be
God.
smited.
Riz God. Death Riz God.
So one for
So-
Rizgod. I said Jawan. Bree said Nate. And who did you say, Kylie? You said Sophie B?
Is it Sophie?
All right, it's an official bet. Winner gets something.
What if none of us got it?
No,
we
we
all
don't.
have to do punishment.
No,
Oh my God.
Oh.
I never came. This is going rogue. All right. So back to this episode. That episode hasn't even happened yet.
It's like
Back
shoots
to
and
this episode.
ladders.
So as Bree so eloquently said when this tribe came on screen, it's time for the Heinies. We're going to the
Yes.
Yellow Tribe.
My nickname Hina is now Hiney.
Bree couldn't remember the real name.
Hiney.
I kind
The
of like that
Heinies.
better.
It's fun, right?
Yeah. So we get a little bit of camp life. Christina braids Jason's, or maybe MC. Someone braided Jason's hair. I don't think it looked good.
It was
But-
Christina.
What else are you gonna do? Ironically, it looked to me like a rat's nest or a bird's nest, which she is afraid of. And then Jason proposes that we're going on a group idol hunt. I have some thoughts on this, but I want to ask you all, if you're on the island and someone says to you, we're all going to look for an idol, something that famously can only be used by one person, do we think that's a good idea to go as a group?
No.
No, what's the point of that? Now that's just a benefit for everybody else knowing that like someone has to fess up that they found it, or they're going to be viewed as a snake for hiding it. So like, what's the point of that?
Bree?
Well, here's the thing. I don't think it's a good idea for my game, but I'm going on the group idol hunt and doing a little side swipe in to come back later to pick it up. I'm trying to find it and divert people away
Hide.
from it.
Well, it's good that you said that because that's actually what MC does. She's not into it. And she and Steven kind of have that side conversation like, hey, we're going to try and find it just for us. And they use the cover of everyone looking for it to disguise that they're hunting kind of solo. And MC ends up finding it. She puts it in her underwear and makes the comment that, because she doesn't have any pockets, she makes the comment that she's really worried about whatever mysterious goop and water is on it. I don't really want to dive into that with this group, given how we talked about the bromance earlier, but that's what's said.
Why
Otherwise,
is
I'm
she
gonna.
in her bra?
I don't know, man.
Just a thought. I don't know.
I'm
Yeah.
not there.
I'm with you on that. I'd go bra over underwear.
Bra.
I'd
Wait,
also
are
put
we
it.
are we choosing where we're gonna put it?
I
Yeah.
wasn't gonna ask you that.
Are we gonna run? Or
What
are
do
we
you mean?
walking?
Oh, that's a good point.
Could you run with that in your underwear? That's got to be
What type of
uncomfortable.
underwear do I have on?
I don't
Not good ones.
want to know.
Not good ones.
Granny panties? Then
Whatever
they're
you
going to
got.
Landy's.
Whatever you packed.
I think I'd pack granny panties. Those seem most comfy, and I think I'd go undies, guys.
Mm. Pat?
Interesting. I'd put it in my bra. All right, so we go over to the Red Tribe. Well, I'm almost out of this. I need a second one.
Refill, please.
That
The girls are crazy.
yeah, after hours is not going to happen again. We're going to get canceled. YouTube's going to strike this down, even though it's unlisted. So we go over to the Red Tribe. Nate finally, after 2 weeks, has learned how to use some of the young person language correctly. And he uses the word vibe in a sentence on purpose correctly. And then Sage really brings the vibe down. I would call her P-ball, but what she says next was so depressing that I don't feel good kicking her. And she said, she's talking about how the vibes are like, she's not sure because no one's really talking to her. And then she says, God, everyone leaves me every year in high school. All of my friends left me every year. And I just wrote, I'm so sad watching this.
It was a really sad moment. It was like sitting on alone on the bus kind of vibes, and it made me sad.
And it was hard.
I want to know if she tried to talk to other people, though. You know what I mean?
It's hard to know if, like, I feel bad, but the first thing she also said was like, everyone show me your poop. So I do get it
Yeah.
a little bit,
Best to keep a little distance from someone like that.
but it was sad. And I don't really want to talk about that anymore, but I felt like it needed to be addressed.
Okay.
Does anyone have
Thank
any
you for
thoughts
bringing
on?
down the
Okay.
mood.
Yeah, well, it's going to get a lot more hectic in a second. So the other thing that happens with P-Ball is that she's trying to get Shannon on her side, and I will admit that I was not a big Shannon fan. I couldn't understand why everyone scooped her up in the league. I was real worried about her, you know, praying to the waves and doing her life force ceremony with the crab last week. But to her credit, she stonewalls Sage. She plays along with a straight face. She's like, I got you. We're soul sisters. And then immediately is like, let's get her. I was very impressed.
She's a snake.
I don't remember what she looks like. I'm looking her up.
Hippie. Hippie
She's
dippy,
got-
but somehow from Boston? Make that make sense.
Her parents own the bar that's the Survivor Cafe right now.
That we're gonna go to.
Yep.
Wait,
We're gonna
when?
I know which
in
one.
2 weeks or so.
When we visit my parents for their birthdays, and then we're going with Emily and Vic. Shout out Emily and Vic.
Yeah,
They listen to
we're
this.
not bringing your parents for the birthday, to be clear.
No,
That would have been a good gift.
it would have been a good gift.
No, we're going with Emily and Vic, though. I'm going to vote out Greg. I was going to keep it a secret and do it as a bit in that week's episode, but I'm just going to tell you now, I'm voting out Greg.
What do you mean?
What does that mean?
You can go at the
Yeah, I'm
cafe. You
so-
can like at the cafe, they have like themed food and they have merch, and you can play some of the actual like challenges,
Can't
and
wait.
you can also like vote and stuff.
So you vote out people at your table,
Yeah, I'm going to vote out Greg.
and that person will pay the
Oh.
bill.
No, I think you're making this more of a thing than it is. I just think as a separate
No, I'm-
station, you can
I'm-
write on parchment.
Wait,
What's
but like
the-
voting him out of what though?
Exactly. You should vote him
I
out to
just-
pay the bill.
Just you can write someone's name on a piece of paper and then put it in an urn. I don't
Oh,
like
I
maybe
thought
like you
I
would on the
would-
show.
of life.
I can do that anytime, Pat.
Yes, I'm gonna
I
vote.
thought you were gonna.
I'm
I
gonna
thought it
vote
was
Greg
like.
out of life. This feud has gone well beyond Survivor.
I
Can
thought
we
it was like
record ourselves doing that and snip it into this podcast? Maybe I'll vote
Yeah, that's
somebody
exactly what my plan was, but I'm too excited.
out. See
Can,
who I
can
want to
we do it
smite.
right now?
Well, I'm not gonna edit in to this episode retroactively.
Oh.
Christina's like
I,
giving me a green screen bit.
I thought it was like a people's vote of who their most hated castaway was or something.
Yeah.
That's why I was confused. I was like, "Who's Greg?" I'm literally looking
That
for
could
Greg
be
on the
that could be
Survivor list.
one of 3 people, so I'm not even offended.
That's true.
That's true. You got 3 of them in this
Yeah.
league.
All right, can we talk about the snake bite?
Of course. We've all been
All right.
waiting.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. I have to adjust my background for this. I have a bit
Get a
planned.
match breed.
I'm coming to you live from the medical tent where they're treating Jake.
Oh my God.
Not the nose
I
swab.
like. I
Bree,
like how
Bree
they
has
had
the
to-
snake up. I have what the snake did.
Yeah, the snake's like
Look, you can see his nipple ring.
Stop.
I could have cropped that. I didn't realize. I'm sorry. It's
They
right over my
panned.
shoulder.
They had a shot where they were like showing the EKG like pads on him. His nipple looked like a skewered sausage.
Sorry,
Thank
I
you.
want
I've
to hear
been
what you're
saying
saying,
this
but
for a
Kyla's
month.
trying to eat so discreetly underneath the
He's
camera,
probably
like we
eating
won't
sausage
notice.
pizza. So it's okay.
I'm not eating discreetly. I'm just bending down towards my plate. You don't do that when you eat?
When you were talking
bring it up
about
to me.
what's her name?
Shannon,
Shit, no,
Meatball?
the other person.
Sage.
Sage. Kyla took down her massive pizza box and I was laughing at Kyla and it made it seem like I was laughing at Sage's sob story. But Kyla has a bottle of wine and a massive pizza box.
I'm gonna
That's
cut
what
this
you call
out
a
so
good
it still
Friday
looks
night.
like that. I'm gonna cut this
You're
out so
right.
it still looks like that. All right. So, Jake, the shoe bandit. Also, by the way, in a shock to no one listening to this or on the call, we are gonna have to in 4 minutes get out of this and then click the same link and get
No,
back in.
not that again. I thought
Well,
we
we
had a GoFundMe going.
No, we started this early before Christina was on, so we didn't start recording when the half hour and then we had a whole thing with Christina's camera,
Sorry.
which will have gotten edited out of this.
Should we go ahead and switch over?
No, I want to milk this recording for as much as we can. I'll
Okay.
tell you when. I'll get
Can't
to a
waste a
natural.
minute when you have a freebie Zoom.
Yeah, that's right. I'll let you know. So, Jake is sitting by the water, just reminiscing about his life choices and how maybe he would rather be at the birth of his son. And the camera cuts away because they're honestly like this. He's doing
So
nothing.
boring.
He's so boring and sad. No one wants that energy. That's what Sage is already bringing us down. We can't have two people in the same episode. And then Jake kind of just wanders up, and I was real confused at first. I didn't even realize it was happening because the previews kind of spoiled this, so I knew it was coming. But he comes up and he's kind of so nonchalant, and the music is like bum 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 bum, and he's like, I think this snake just bit me on the foot, and I was like, oh, it's happening now. And the not to take away because we know he's fine. I feel like I can say this, but the irony of someone who's been stealing everyone's shoes,
That was going to be my hot take.
getting bit
Seriously.
barefoot. I hope
Sure.
it was his left foot because he could have solved that by not taking people's shoes.
My dad said, and I quote, "How did he not realize a snake was coming up to bite him?" So,
Also that.
like, how do you just sit there as the snake approaches you, it bites you, and then you're like, "Oh, I think I was bit." Like,
He was
where's
really
your, like,
unclear.
survival skills?
He was like, it latched onto me, like it kind of curled up. It might have bit me. I feel like you would know.
Yeah, like look at that water. So
I'd
clear.
have run away by that point.
Also, he's in 2-inch deep water, so that's kind of like the drowning in the puddle situation. He got bit in an inch of water.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is he
All right,
fit
we're
to be a dad?
Brian told me that he didn't give today as an option to record.
I told him I was recording on this, and he was like, "What? I was supposed to record." I was like,
Yeah, well, he also gave me I guess I was gonna rag on him for giving me Sunday night after 7 as an option, but we're recording this on a Friday night at 9:45 in the evening, so I can't be upset about that anymore.
we're not above it.
All right. So sorry, we're back. We cut. I don't know how much of that I'm gonna keep in. But so Jake gets bit, and we all agree that he could have just had his goddamn shoe on. And how did he let it happen? So
And
it's
then they have to call in the medical team.
so I have some insight onto this. So the producers get involved, and before we get to the medical team, I'll bring in my insight. The producers get involved, which we don't often see on Survivor. Really, hardly ever do we see that. And then it cuts to Alex, and he kind of reveals that they have, excuse me, the safety guide that they're given, which we've never seen before in 49 seasons of Survivor. I guess they have a guide, which makes sense. It's mostly a picture book, but it's like, you can eat this, do not eat this, which makes sense because someone would have died long ago without this. And in the book is, I think, the exact picture behind Brie of the sea crate.
And it's like, avoid at all costs.
Yeah, he holds it up, and there's like only 2 words, and it's like, if you get bit, you die.
Venomous snake.
Yeah, and so
You get
he's
bit, you
so
die.
he's coming back to the group, and he's trying to play cool, like he's afraid to tell Jake that, like, this is probably the last time anyone will see you
He's
ever
like, it's
on the
probably
face of
definitely
the
going to
earth.
be so fine. It's not a big deal at all. It just is like, kind of don't talk to them a lot, but
Right.
it's not a problem.
And I believe we have a clip of that, which I'm going to put in right here. And there's our edit point. All right, so basically what we've learned is that Jake is fucked.
Bleep.
Well,
Ah,
I have my work cut out for me tonight. Let's start with Christina because it's freshest for you. What was your reaction as you were watching this unfold?
I was scared because he seemed like he was gonna faint, but once the medical team intervened, I was like, he's fine. He'll be okay. The part that shocked me, spoiler, was that they were like, yeah, you're not coming back. I would have been like, what? Like, give me a hamburger, slap me on the butt, and send me back out there. Like, I'm not letting this little slithery, slimy, straight line send me home. Like, just send me home for like $1 million. And it's like silver lining. He was there for his son. I mean, to be honest, I don't think he wanted to be there for his son. I think he would rather the $1 million, to be honest. So I was shocked they made the call to like take him out. And then on top of that, they were like, that's not enough. We're gonna take out 2 of you this week. That wasn't planned, but nobody else is safe either. And then they did it
Yep.
like eliminate.
Save your anger. We got to get to that. We got to parse it out over the episode.
Unbelievable. I can't.
We'll get there. Kyla, you watched this at 1 a.m., right?
Yeah, something like that.
I appreciate the dedication. What were your thoughts?
So, I had an interesting thought whenever they were at the medical tent that Jeff was like overboard, like explaining
This tent?
overboard, like
Yes.
we have a medical team. Look here, guy. Here's the evidence. He was very like I believe you that you have a medical team. I think
It's like he was trying
casting
not to get
crew.
CBS to cancel them for this.
Yes. And then to Christina's point, just pissed that they made him sit out because of adrenaline. There's no venom. It's
Yeah.
adrenaline going through his body. Come on. I don't know. I'd be pissed.
Bree, your thoughts?
If there was some venom, I'd see it.
I have some insight into this, but I'll wait because I want to go around the horn here. Bree?
I don't think I could say it better than those two, but I was just shook because as a 49 season watcher, never seeing anything like this, it was kind of interesting. And I also agree that Jeff was over the top with his explanation to try to cover. And I did think the cutaway to the baby was cute. I was happy about that.
I just realized how sad he looks in this photo.
Yeah.
He looks like a soft chocolate chip cookie.
You cannot see his lips at all.
That was a really
Yeah.
good description of that. Wow.
So, anyway, so I was listening on Thursday. I was listening to the On Fire podcast, which is the only official Survivor podcast. We'll get there one day. No, we won't.
Outside ours.
too.
Yeah, well, no, it's the show that Jeff and a former player do every season. They bring back a former player, so they kind of dissect the episode, and it's not super exciting, but it's interesting to hear some of the behind the scenes stuff. It always comes out like right after the episode airs. So usually I listen to it on my way into work just in case there's anything interesting. And so what happened was normally in this situation, they would be radio. Oh my God. Every episode this happens to me. Radioing back to the medical tent and being like, hey, come down here. Because when we've seen medevacs previously, the medical team comes to you. It's at the challenge, it's at camp, but there was already a boat there changing over camera equipment from like the night shift to the day shift. And they realized that it was probably serious enough where they couldn't really wait for the other boat to get all the way back out there. They were like, the boat is leaving back for the medical now. We can't delay him getting help. So they just took him then, which they normally wouldn't do. And I guess on the journey, they lost contact with the medical base. So when it picks up and they're like, is he breathing? Is he alive? What's going on? They actually don't know what they're walking into as a medical staff, which I also learned, by the way, the head doctor that they have this season had only been there for like a week. He was like a new doctor to the show. So he was like, really, I thought he did a great job given that he's literally never handled Survivor before. But they said that the reason they had to pull him was for kind of 3 main reasons. One, the amount of medicine and stuff they had to give him, knowing that he had no sleep and it was 110 degrees outside and no food in his stomach. They didn't feel comfortable letting him back out without the ability to recover. And 2, I know I said there was 3 reasons, but I forgot one. 2, from a gameplay standpoint, it's not technically fair to the other players to pull him out and then give him all these IV fluids and medicine in a game where everyone else is like that's part of it, is that you're dehydrated and you haven't had nutrients and you haven't had all of this stuff. So if they could get him to where he was deemed healthy enough to return, it wouldn't have also been fair to the other players for him to return in an elevated state compared to when he left. So I think that's my take on it. It's less about the adrenaline and more about the fairness of the game. And the other thing they said is they can't really be sure if he didn't have any venom in him until about 48 hours after. So they were like, the amount of time that we'd have to wait under those conditions, it wasn't a good idea to put him back on the beach. But that being said, I agree with you that it kind of sucks. It's like gonna get medevaced go to all this trouble and have a little venom in you.
Did anyone else know there was a dry bite before this? Because I was under the impression you're bit, you're venomed until
Always
this
a wet
week.
bite.
Always.
Yeah,
say.
I assumed that too.
So dry bite, new terminology. So
Doesn't make me any less afraid. I'm still terrified of snakes.
Oh, it's after hours. It's the League has spoken at night. All right. So anyway, let's go to the immunity challenge. It's immunity challenge time. So at immunity challenge, we get a fun reveal of the blue tribe is cursed to everyone, where they pull up and everyone else was expecting them to have 4 people, but they have 3 people, and one of the extra people is their strongest, best competitor. They're gone. And that's also where the blue tribe finds out that Jake's gonna live. Like, they didn't tell him beforehand, which I was kind of shocked by. So like the red and yellow are crying because they're getting all of this for the first time, and then blue's crying because they're like, "Oh, we're definitely in trouble if Jake doesn't come back." And he says it weird too. He's kind of like, Jake got bit by a very poisonous snake today. He will not be coming back to the game. He's gonna live. Like, he probably should have led with that. But so he then Jeff assures them that there's probably no snakes in the water because it hasn't happened before. So why would it happen a second time today? And for some
statistically,
reason,
he is right.
yeah. But I kind of felt like he didn't know what to do, and he was like, don't look in the water. It's fine. Don't think about it. And it worked because I didn't think about it for the rest of the episode. So the challenge is a water relay.
But imagine
where
if another person had gotten bit. That would have really taken this off the charts.
Yeah,
I don't think they
CBS
would have aired the season.
Yeah, CBS would be canceled.
the whole the whole
series.
network,
The whole
everything.
network's call it
Take
off.
them down.
Yeah,
They're BBC now.
go home.
Wait, what's BBC?
The British
The British Broadcasting Channel.
Oh, that's still on.
Yeah,
They're
it's
still
a channel.
British.
I thought you were saying it was something that got canceled.
No.
No.
Okay.
All right,
'cause
I
I
was
thought
trying to
PBS.
mix up. I was trying to mix up the letters, but I got a little dyslexic, so I just ended up with that.
So it's going to be 3 people instead of the intended 4, which I thought was interesting because there's a rule in Survivor where if you have more people than the other tribe, you have to sit some people out till it's even, but the same people can't keep sitting out. So Christina, the one who's afraid of birds, not our Christina. Christina in the show already sat out, which means she has to play. She has to do this one.
Good.
And it's going to be a water relay where you have to dive off this tower behind me and do this like balance beam that's also a seesaw, which I thought was pretty cool. Untie a key, go across a bunch of floating platforms, and then everyone else follows you and you do a big puzzle. And because there's a puzzle involved, that means the yellow tribe really can't sit out Jason either because he's an animal. So they sit out. What do they sit out? They sit out Matt, Steven, and
MC.
MC. Their strongest players, which ended up being fine here. We'll get to it, but I thought that was risky. Then the red tribe sat out Rizgod, Shannon, and Juwan. So Nate, Savannah, and Sage did the challenge, and then obviously whoever's left of the cursed blue tribe, they did the challenge. It's pretty close. And the winner is going to get like a shelter building kit, so like tarp, rope, all that sorts of stuff.
Hammocks.
Yeah, hammocks. Yes, that's huge. I've seen someone medevac for sleeping wrong and getting a nerve pinch that was going to like their neck and their brain, which sounded serious, but is like a really lame way to have that happen to you. So hammocks and like being able to actually be comfortable is a bigger deal than you'd think. So the first place team's going to get that. Second place team's going to get just a tarp. So, it's pretty close throughout it. So the red tribe actually has to fight from the back because Savannah, when she does the balance beam wrong, she like gets off before she does the key, and then she has to go back to that part of the challenge and redo it.
I think that was Sage.
I thought Sage won at the end. One of them does it. it doesn't really matter because the red tribe has to fight from the back. And I'm thinking, all right, maybe something's going to break for blue. It won't.
At one moment, at one time, Alex, Savannah, and Steven were running across the balance beams at the same time, and those are my three people. So I just want you to know it's not like a moment of fate for Rice Baby.
Yes. And to credit Brie again, this is going to lead to our challenge gif of the week because she called out there was this really cool shot of Jason when he was on the balance beam. It was like the camera was like positioned to the side of the beam and it kind of like tilted with him. It'll be on the screen now at this point in the episode. But it was awesome. So good job, Brie, on clicking that out because every week I struggle to be like, which moment is it going to be? So we keep going. It's pretty close. They get to the puzzle. And the blue team has taken Sophie B off the puzzle after last week's debacle, which was a good call because they actually get some puzzle pieces. It's pretty close for the first half of the puzzle ish. It's like this big turtle sculpt. It's not 3D, but it like comes up. It's not a flat puzzle. But then Jason takes over. He dominates. He probably could be doing it with his eyes closed, to be honest. I don't know who else did the puzzle with them, but they didn't need to be there. And then Nate and Sage catch up and they get a huge lead. And it's at this point I'm realizing, because if we cut back to before they start the challenge, at one point Jason, when Jeff is telling them what happened to Jake, Jason's like, should we do this? Like, this is real sad. They've been kicked enough. And the blue team's like, no, we're doing the challenge. And someone says, we're doing this for Jake. We're dedicating it to Jake. That's when we all should have known what was going to happen.
Spoiler.
Because if we flash forward back to the puzzle, they hit a wall. It's like the survivor gods were like, oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry. We were focusing on Jake. Let's keep smiting the rest of the blue tribe. They hit a wall. They can't do it. Jeff, with absolutely no sympathy, does another one of his rants about how terrible they are. I'll clip that in now.
All right, get the shell.
Tina down to 4 pieces. Uli at 7.
Great job, guys.
It does not appear Keller will have any shot at winning this. I'd like to remain optimistic, but that would be foolish.
Yellow ends up winning, coming in first. Not a shock. They've been doing it all season.
The Heinies are kicking butt.
Yeah. That's good. I credit their win to Jason because the puzzles are unbelievable. He's so good at the puzzles.
He's so good.
And he's officially off the board now, by the way. He got taken last night. Meg texted me at or Wednesday night, Megan texted us at 10:30 p.m. after the episode finished, was like, I'm taking Jason. So here's the last one. The vibe is weird though, because no one's celebrating. It's like they're all they're not so upset that they would throw the challenge, but they're not throwing it in Blue's face, who's just sitting there miserable. With the one exception of Rizzo, because when they go to leave, I don't know if you caught this, he can't help himself. Even though he didn't do the challenge himself at all, he does this giant front flip off the dock.
Yep.
He did.
He's at a pool party. He's like, oh man, that's really tough for Blue.
Classic
Cannonball. He just jumps in. That's really all there is to say about the challenge. It's Blue keeps losing, and I mean, we've been there, but let's throw up the Disaster Tribe alarm. Here, because this is
Disaster Tribe.
This is there's been Disaster Tribes, but usually at 3 they're like,
now Bree is gonna listen to this back and be like, she's gonna be like, I sounded so weird.
she's 100% gonna be like, why'd you let me do that?
100%.
Correct. But guess what? We're here, baby.
And we're
hours.
it's after hours, and we're keeping it in. So, what was I gonna say?
So does that mean?
Cheers. Usually at 3 people, they're like, lately they've been like, we're gonna switch up the tribes. They let this tribe go to 2 people. They had this tribe. I don't know if you can hear me pouring more drink.
Yeah, it sounds like you're peeing.
I'm not peeing. They let this tribe watch one of their members, as far as they knew, die. They didn't know till they got to the challenge if he was gonna live. And they're like, all right, get back out there.
I think they were giving them one last chance to pull out a win. And it just blew up in their face.
They were like, now this time each person's gonna have 50 pounds of coconuts weighing them down, and we'll see if you can get
Now get in the water.
Now go.
Can you survive, Blue?
I
So-
think they'd have to put a blindfold on Jason to win.
Mm,
Yeah,
Even then, I
this
don't
is
think
what we
so.
call natural selection. If they were a species, they'd be.
that's correct. Let's keep going because we have a lot to get to still.
Fine.
So I will say this before we go to tribal. Usually at the merge, there's been like a double elimination episode where two people go home, and I wonder if this is going to be in lieu of that because two people have now gone home. So they're down to 14. Usually they merge at 13 or 12. Say 12 this season, probably, I'm guessing. I don't think they're going to need to do a double elimination that day because they took two people out. I think that's why they went forward with the challenge. In the past, if someone gets medevaced, they don't have a tribe go to tribal. But maybe because it happened before, I don't know. Let's keep going. I'm getting myself sidetracked. So the scramble at the blue tribe, it's bleak. They're all real sad. And Alex is like, I don't know if I'm going to play my idol. And Bree and I have Alex, so we were screaming at the TV this whole time. We're like, don't you dare go home with an idol in your pocket after all of this. It's just a why do you want to keep me conversation with Alex. Sophie B is like, I've had the same nail technician forever. And Jeremiah's kind of like, why not keep me? I have a witch's laugh. He doesn't really make an argument. But Sophie B, I'll give Sophie B credit. She pulls a Tony, which is only really going to mean something to Bree here. But Tony is a Survivor legend, and he would do like crazy.
He's a Brooklyn cop.
Yes, he would do crazy unhinged things. He built in one of his seasons a spy shack in the woods, and he would hide in it and like camouflage himself and listen to people's conversations.
Mm-hmm. He kind of gave the energy of that YouTube clip from The Office when it's like parkour. He kind of gives
he
like
literally
that
would just
vibe.
run around, scream at people. He either wins. He's won twice. He won his first season, I think, and he won. They did a season where only winners in season 40, only past winners, and he won that season.
Oops, all winners.
I do think the thought of overhearing other people's conversations actually sounds quite fun. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm not calling her crazy. I think it's a great strategy. Not a lot of people do it.
Oh, it's a woman?
No, Sophie B does it this
Oh.
episode.
Oh, okay. I'm with back.
If I were in Survivor, I'd be doing that shit all the time. I would
Mhm.
listen to
I do it. I do
every
it not on Survivor.
Kyla, wait a minute.
Like
I know.
you go to a restaurant and you're like,
Yeah, gotta eavesdrop. You
Yeah.
gotta get that.
And it's because of that eavesdropping that Sophie B goes, maybe I don't want to go with the plan, because the plan currently is to try to convince Alex not to play his idol, which they're not doing a good job of, because she brings it up immediately. She's like, you gonna play it? Which to me would be like, yes.
she did not play it cool at all. What an idiot.
But she decides, she's like, maybe I want to go for Jeremiah. And then Bree and I were thinking, hold on, are we going to be in like a three-way tie scenario where Alex votes for Sophie B, Jeremiah votes for Alex, and then Sophie votes for Jeremiah, and then we have to go to rocks after all this?
How funny would that be?
Wait, what's
That
wrong?
would be.
So it doesn't happen often.
Don't they make them
but-
revote?
So if there's a tie, they make them revote. But you can only vote for the people that receive votes before. Picture this happening with like 12 people. It makes more sense when it happens. So if there's like 12 people and 3 people get votes, it's like 4-4-4. Everyone revotes except the people who are at risk. And you can only vote for the people who got votes before, right? Or the people who are tied. If there's still a tie, then the whole group has to deliberate and come up to a unanimous decision about who they're eliminating right there on the spot. And if they cannot come to a unanimous decision, they have to go to rocks. And so they all draw rocks out of a bag, and they all reveal what rock they have at the same time. And the purple one goes home.
Wow.
Because they haven't been able, after all these rounds of tiebreakers, to actually eliminate someone.
Break
Oh,
the tie.
and in that situation, the people who had been being voted for are immune from the rock draw, because no majority could convince another group to vote them out. So by that logic, they should be safe. Because if a majority 3 times could not come together to decide, Kyla, we're voting you out, why should you be eliminated by the rock drop? Because no one, like, you know what I mean?
No.
It kind of flips the whole thing on its head because then those people are safe and everyone else is not safe. That's your punishment for not coming to a unanimous decision.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like you've, in theory, you're socially good enough in the game at least to, like, a majority has not come together to vote for you despite
Now,
trying.
Patrick, dare I say that you mentioned some tangents, and what have we found ourselves on but yet a tangent?
I think I encouraged
It's a Survivor-related tangent.
It's Survivor-related tangent. It's different. All right, so we go to Tribal. That's it's fine because the Tribal Council section, which is now, is short. It's dumb. The only thing I wrote is, this is dumb, just get to it. We weren't sure if Alex was going to play his idol, but when they're doing the voting, he gives this speech to the camera about how sorry he is, and they don't show his vote. And that's when Bree and I were like, oh, so he's playing it. Because otherwise they just show it. So he plays it. He didn't need to, as it turns out, but he plays it. And Jeremiah goes home.
You did also skip when the idol was, or the Beware advantage was found. Just
that was last episode. Oh, you're right. So sorry about that. During the scramble, because we were talking about the spy shack. During the scramble, Rizzo. I was trying to say Rizzo and scramble at the same time.
Make a scrambo thing that you should drop in here.
No, I'm not going to do that. So
come on,
Scrambo.
So during the scrambo, Rizzo finds the idol in a group idol hunt, which I think is dumb because the whole thing of those Beware advantages is you can't get the next clue until you lose. But if everyone knows you have it, once you lose, everyone's just lobbying to be on your side, and it just is going to get messy. Because inherently someone has to go home to get the idol. So we'll figure out, and also there's going to be a tribe swap next time. So that's the next on Survivor thing, is we're going to do a tribe swap where I think they're going to even it out to maybe 5, 5, and 4. Maybe they'll do 2 tribes. We don't know, but I don't know how that's going to work because neither the red or yellow tribe has found, like, they haven't lost. So they haven't gotten the next clue to get the idol. What happens if MC or Rizzo ends up on a different beach?
Oh, I was thinking about that.
I don't know what they're going to do. I guess we'll explore that in the coming weeks. All right, so that's the episode. Any thoughts on the episode before we get to the league stuff?
I'm pissed that Jeremiah's out. He didn't even, like, I don't know. I was pissed that I had him in the beginning, honestly.
Yeah, I was going to say, are you that mad? Because you texted me a couple times, like, do I have to take him?
I mean,
you literally said, you called me to say, just to clarify, so when he gets voted out, I can choose someone else. Well, he got voted out. The car didn't finish him off at the airport, but the snake ended up having a hand in it.
Also, like, half of the good people are taken now, you know? So now I gotta pick from scraps.
So we're gonna get your pick live on the podcast right now?
Yes.
Honestly, who's left? Literally, who's left? Tell me who's. Can you pull it up?
Yeah, I'll pull it up. Give me a second.
All right.
Someone else say something to stall for me.
What was the other thing you were gonna ask?
Yes, what our thoughts were on the episode.
Oh,
I have it. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Juwan can be picked 5 more times.
No.
Okay. Sage can be picked 2 more times.
No.
Thank you. Next.
Savannah can be picked 1 more time.
Maybe.
Nate can be picked 3 more times.
Is he the white guy with the dreads?
That's Matt.
No, that's Matt.
Who's Nate?
Nate is on the red tribe. He's the Marvel producer.
Next.
Sophia B on the yellow tribe. Sorry, next. Sophia B is on the
This
blue
is like
tribe.
Tinder for Survivor. Who are you going to take? Who are you going to
I have Sophie B, so next.
Okay, so you can't pick her. Christina.
Next.
All right, yeah, I figured. Christina, by the way, anyone listening who may get stuck with her, she can be picked 6 more times. And Matt Dreadlocks can be taken 6 more times.
No,
I like Matt.
Him?
Christina and Matt have been assigned 1 time. No one picked him up. But I like Matt. I would, at this point,
I might do Matt.
I like Matt. I already have Savannah, so that's not a factor for me.
You also didn't have anyone get voted out, so.
Yeah, Pat.
I'm just saying, I have a list in my head of if one of my players gets voted out, who do I want to take? Because I know that some people will get taken off the board. I would if Jason was on my list, but Jason's gone now. So.
Wait, whoa. What do you mean? Oh.
Yeah, Jason has been picked 7 times, so he's out.
Yeah. All right, who's next?
That's it. That's the list.
Wait, Rizzo's gone? Rizzo got taken?
Yeah, he got taken today. Well, he has the clue to an idol, so I could see that.
I will take Savannah.
All right.
Savannah off the board.
I'm going to do it live in the spreadsheet now because I don't know when this will be posted, but I'm going to do it now.
Savannah's gone. Looks like you're picking Matt or Christina, people.
All right,
I have
so
Savannah.
Me too.
I have Savannah as well. We all have Savannah. So that leaves
Wow,
Oh,
Savannah
that's right.
stands.
that leaves Juwan. This is the Savannah Stan podcast. That leaves Juwan,
R-A-T-L girl.
Sage, Nate, Sophia B, Christina, and Matt as options for people. All right. It is now time for. Also, we're gonna have to log in one more time. I'm sure in about 10 minutes.
I
But
love
it'll
that
be
for
quick.
us.
Let's keep flying. Scoring updates. Scoring plays from the season, or from the episode, I should say. So this episode, let me pull up my notes. Or Bree, do you want to do this? Because we have the same
Yeah.
notes. Bree.
Scoring. I'm going to read it just like you intended it.
Oh,
Scoring.
God.
Beware, not Rizzo MC yet.
Why is that?
Huh?
I'm putting you on the hook for explaining why they didn't get points for finding the beware advantage.
Oh, because they didn't lose yet and have to dig it up at the beach.
Yeah, they haven't completed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they also haven't lost points for losing a vote because they have not had to go to tribal council without completing it. So it's kind of evens out that way. So
Immunity, yellow and red.
Yep, everyone on those tribes.
Reward, yellow,
Why is that?
because they got the biggest shelter kit.
Yes, correct.
This is like the pop quiz.
Yeah.
Majority, Alex, Sophie B. That's
What-
it.
What does that mean?
When you vote, if you vote with the majority, you get extra points in our game. So you better be on the winning side.
Yep.
And idol, Alex, self-explanatory.
Yep, he played an idol. Now, he does not get points for playing a secret idol. You would get an extra point or two if no one knew about it. But remember, he famously told every single person on his beach before they were either voted out or taken by God. So that's that. That's the scoring place. Do we want to talk about the league summary?
Like who's in what place?
Yeah, let's talk about the season standings.
Oh,
Sure.
check my place on the scoreboard because I'm doing good.
Yeah, got a takeover.
All right, you won't see it because what did I just
They're
do?
gonna see it because you snip it in.
I know, but they won't see it now live.
Mm.
You're gonna snip it in.
Yeah, I'm snipping in. So currently, Mulcahy's back in first place solo at 52 points.
What the hell?
Okay, well, there's 25
What does
other
Crazy
names.
have?
What the hell?
He definitely has Jason. I think he has
And
two
the luck
people
of
on.
the Irish.
Yeah, well, that's less to do with it because it's not a green tribe, but I think he's got two people on yellow. Oh, he's got MC.
Oh,
Yeah, so
that's
there you
winner
go.
energy right there.
Yeah, so Mulcahy is in first with 52. However, in second, there is a couple people at 50 points. That is Scott, myself, Bree, Mikey, and Faith.
Ooh.
So really close. Seventh place is Sharon at 48 points. She was tied for first last week. It didn't do so great because she has Jake.
Jake,
Oh,
who
we
she's
didn't get
so happy to get rid of because she said that the chirping off and the pierced nipple was just a tragedy and it made
wanna-
her uncomfortable.
I don't
You
like
wanna-
him.
you want to
I'm
talk
glad he's
about
gone.
nipple ring hate. Talk to Sharon. She celebrated that he got bit.
She said,
Um,
I'm offended
Yeah.
By the nipple ring?
She
just
was
by its
pro-
existence.
Sharon's pro snake. All right.
It looks like a skewered sausage.
Yep. Brad, Nora, and Ann are all tied at 8th with 46 points. Kyla, Vic, and Christina are tied at 11th with 44 points.
11th.
So you're within 8 of first place. Think about that. You're in the top half. There's
Well,
26
Katie
people in the
hasn't
league.
lost a single point, right?
Well, we'll see. Kelsey, V, you're both in 14th, 43 points. Smith and Brian and Emily E are in 16th, 40 points. Big contingent at 19th. Matt, Greg, Heidi, Megan, Brenna, and Connor, 38 points. Emily W is in 25th with 36 points. And Eric picked up another 6 points this week, so he is in 26 with 16 points total.
Poor Eric.
Anything before we move on to the weekly awards? All right, let's do it. So, your weekly awards. Hold on, I wrote this down.
That's your drum roll.
All right. Your weekly awards. Let's start with the numbers. The top 3, but it's not always 3 of the episode. So different than the season, just the episode. So far, they've been correlated because we're not that far in. So this is just a whole big tie for first place, the top of the pack with 16 points this week. It is Scott, me, Brad, Bree, Mulcahy, Ann, Mikey, Faith, and Brian. All have the numbers this week. Now, the bottom of the tribe, a little bit more spread out. Bottom of the tribe would normally be the worst 3 of the week, but again,
and it's called Take Your Flint.
Nope, that's a different award.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Bottom of the tribe. These people all had 10 points this week, which is pretty close to 16. So 10 points this week. Matt, Heidi, Smith, Emily W, Megan, and Brenna. But worst of all was Eric with another 6 points this week. Ties his season high.
Very good. Very good.
All right, let's do the most consistent so far this season.
Jason.
No, he's still in the league, not on the show. The most consistent is Vic. Currently, he has fluctuated the least. Now, is that good or bad? You could be consistently bad and be the most consistent. He's not that far down in the leaderboard. So I think he's probably doing pretty good. But he was the most consistent so far. Least consistent. Brad. But Brad had a horrible first week, and then he had a great second and third week. So again, that's one of those awards.
Love to see an underdog.
Yep, that's one of those awards where the further we go in the season, the more accurate the data is, because it's only pulling from 3 different weeks. By week 6, that'll be a little bit more stabilized. So he had 2 really good weeks, 1 bad week. In this case, it's worked out well for him because he's on the upswing. Now, let's do the increase or decrease in rank. Bree, the decrease in rank is called
Take Your Flint.
Sharon, we're taking your Flint. Sharon dropped 6 spots in the leaderboard this week. She was in first last week in a tie. She is now in, what did we say, 7th, 8th, 7th. Sharon dropped the most spots on the leaderboard out of everyone this week. Sharon, we're taking your Flint. Sorry. In a hearty, that's how you do it on Survivor.
Let's go! Let's go!
That's how you do it on Survivor. Brian. Brian climbed 9 more spots this week. He was in 25th last week. So to climb 9 spots is to still be in a bad spot. But, you know, what is he in? And a tie for 16th is better than solo in 25th.
It's because he took Jason. He's trying to copy the people I have on my team. That's why.
Yeah, well, you're still ahead of him, so why don't you remind him of that?
Classic copycat situation.
That's the girl who picked up the people in our tribes.
Yeah, Kyla, who's on your tribe?
Savannah, Alex, Rizgod.
You took Rizgod?
I was assigned Rizgod.
Okay.
Well, Rizgod has an idol.
And I don't mind it much. I kind of find him an interesting character.
Sure.
I like
he does taxes for adults, guy.
That's his occupation?
No. All right,
that's what he did when he was 14.
Hold on.
Yeah, I mean, I did too.
I did date a man like that.
Hold on, we have to stop and get out.
Okay.
Oh, Bree's having background problems.
Whoa.
What does your background say?
What to
I
say,
don't know what
Bree?
it's. I don't know what it says, but
Show us.
I just wanted to give a new
us.
vibe. I wanted to
Yeah,
give
duck
a new-
down.
Show
To
us.
see-
Read it. It's probably a motivational quote.
See what is right and
Confucius.
not do it is a lack of courage. Move your head.
Bars.
Con-
Confucius.
Oh, okay.
I think it was meant to be more of like a tribal vibe.
Mine's motivational as well. It's showing teamwork to clear your teammates' eyes without consent for spitting in their face.
And now both of them are gone.
That's true.
The spitty and the spitter
Ew.
are gone.
That sounds like the same person. It doesn't
The
matter. Let's keep
faucet
going.
and the sink are gone.
All right. So this has pretty much been the episode. This has been wild, and I have a lot of
No,
work to
I
edit
have-
this.
I have
Oh,
superlatives.
Okay,
It is not the episode.
You do that. You do that. You do that.
Okay, off the cuff. It's now time for Bree superlatives.
After hours.
There should be a thing for that too. Bree
Next time.
superlatives.
Well, we don't have them every week because you're not in every week.
Well,
This is exactly what I thought would happen.
Superlatives.
It is.
Raise
It's
the
10.
bar!
It's 10:26 at night, and this is exactly what I thought would happen.
Okay, everybody, Bree superlatives. One, Megan gets a superlative for the week called Quick Pick because, as Pat mentioned during the episode, she texted us. It was not 10:30, it was 10:03. The episode had just concluded, and we were still watching it because we were behind. And she said, just putting my vote in, everybody. This is who I want. I'm picking Jason. And that's what we call the Quick Pick of the week from Megan. Beat it.
Good
10:03,
job, Megan.
people.
He said, I'm not
Good job.
glupping around.
Not galloping around. Next superlative of the week is phone a friend. And that goes to Brian for calling in to a phone a friend during the week to try to get advice on who to pick.
And then he just picked my person. What do you mean? I revoke that superlative.
Yeah, and you know what? To call him out more since he's not here to defend himself.
Right.
I thought he was calling me because like someone was hurt or something was wrong because he didn't like text me like, "Hey, are you around?" or "Can I ask you about Survivor?" I just got a phone call from Brian.
Just cold called him.
That tracks. He seems like a cold caller.
And I had to talk him out of picking Juwan or Sage. He was like, "What about these people?" And I was like, "What are you, drunk?"
Yeah.
Let's just all hope that one week we get a call from Brian asking our opinions because that's the phone a friend award from Brian. Maybe a future pick. Okay, best flair of the week, even though this is dated, goes to Emily E because I was scrolling back in the chat and I saw that she was watching Survivor and using her Survivor koozie like a week or two ago, and I appreciated that. So that's the best flair of the week, but it's delayed. So, and then the last superlative of this week goes to the double take award to Scott, i.e. Dad, because he had to create a whole new GroupMe account because he logged out, and then that's the only way he could get back in. So now there's 2 Scott Finlaysons in the chat, but one will never be accessed again due to a lost password. And that's the double take award for Scott Finlayson.
I like to imagine that he also downloaded the GroupMe app a second time, so he's just going to throughout the season collect more and more of the same app on his phone.
Probably. Or it's more and more Scott Finlaysons in the chat.
I have a question.
Everyone should change their name to Scott Finlayson. Actually, don't do that, but that would be funny. Yes, Christina.
You can edit this out if it's not relevant. Is Connor in this league?
Yeah.
Yes, his name's like Death Slayer 101 in the chat.
Oh.
Okay, I was gonna say I was looking
Yeah.
for him in this, and I couldn't find him in the chat.
We've
I
never
was like,
addressed this. Yeah, anyone that had GroupMe when we were in college or Christina was in 8th grade or however old you are,
younger than
Ding.
they would have had it as like if they were an RA or whatever random group because that was like the thing that we used back then.
Oh yes,
And
I used to use that.
So to log in now, all of us, I talked to a couple people about this. We all forgot we had it, and then we're like, oh, we can't create a new account, and so it, like brought us into our old 10 or 15-year-old account and saw like all of our old group chats. And I guess he had said that he had one for like his old original fantasy football league, so he had whatever name he has now, and he couldn't figure out how to change it, so he's stuck with that name from like 15 years ago.
There must be a way to change that.
I think it's funny at this point. I think we keep it.
Yeah. Okay, that was all.
Kyla's saying something to herself.
Sorry, I think I've been muted for a while now.
I think so too, because you've been quiet.
Yeah, yeah, I've been joining, saying all sorts of things over here. I said,
We
Mm.
got none of it.
Will the real Scott Finlayson please stand up? Like
Oh,
I
that's
was
good.
saying all these.
Funny.
Thank you.
It's good, but he's not going to get it because there's no way he listens to rap.
But everyone else got it.
Everyone
And
else.
that's a
does.
I got
culture
it.
statement.
The real one's got it.
That's a good one, Kyla.
Damn it. How long have I been muted?
A long time. I was gonna say quiet as a cucumber, but I know that'll end up in my
Oh my gosh.
list of phrases I say wrong. I do.
Well, I was
That
just
makes it
saying
sound like I'm waiting for you to make a mistake. Every now and then you say something funny, and I have to remember it because it's so funny.
I know. It's great. It's my
Like
favorite
when
thing.
you said yip yip hooray the other day.
and,
Nothing wrong with that.
It's like that's not what it is.
and I said linse and rather instead of rinse and lather.
You said linse rather repeat.
Yeah.
We'll get one more. We'll get one more. We'll have to get an appropriate one.
Do gong, the truth of time.
That doesn't make any sense. No one's gonna appreciate that one.
But
Hold
I
on,
said
hold on.
that. Okay.
You did
That's
say it.
that.
It's in here.
Turn dial.
Oh yeah, you said turn dial instead of sundial.
It turns with the sun. It's the same thing.
Oh,
one
time you said that you were in a shade of stock.
Oh yes, I did.
A shade of stock.
That's how distraught she was. She was in a shade.
Yeah,
of-
that's how stock she was.
Yes.
All right, let's keep going. It's confessional
more?
time. Yeah, well, not really.
I was
This
like,
is
I'm
just
not-
no, this is just our close. This is I give you your opportunity, like when they do in the show, when they talk to just the camera. If you have any last closing thoughts before I
Mm.
end this,
Last
and
clothing.
yes,
Who do we think's gonna win overall? I want to know everybody's like long-term like one pick. If you had to pick one person to win, who do you think's gonna win?
ooh, that's tricky.
I need to recall
Well,
everyone's sappy stories.
I'm a
The
Savannah
backstory.
stan.
Yeah, they do at the end.
What do you mean?
'Cause
Like
at
the
the end-
glaucoma story. That was the
What?
that was the
Yeah. He was gonna miss at the end they vote for someone, so you have to be like well liked and they do care
Wait,
about your
what?
Yeah.
backstory.
Oh, all right. So now this is instead of confessional, this is telling Christina how this game works. So at a certain point, there's not enough people to have tribes anymore. So it will become an individual game. I think it's going to be in 2 weeks, maybe 3. But they will bring everyone together on one beach. They
Yeah.
will get new buffs, new color, new tribe name, everything. And then it's
Yeah.
all individual. So all the challenges will be you're competing for just yourself to have immunity, or
Yes.
you're competing for a reward for just you, and maybe you get to pick 2 other friends,
Yeah.
right? And you whittle it down. And when there's about 9 people left, the people that get voted out make what's called the jury. So they come back every tribal council once they've been voted out, and those
And they give evil glances and they
Yeah.
look angry.
they're not allowed to talk. They just kind of observe what's going on. And so
And-
the
yeah.
last
And
then
some of
when you
them
get
look scary
Pause.
because they
Pause.
lost so much weight.
Yep.
Pause. The people who previously got voted out will come back and watch things unfold live and not say
Only
anything.
a little
Yeah.
later.
Yeah, so it's not
Okay.
all of them. It's not all of them. It's like
Select random people.
it's like once you get to like final 10, like they'll have because the final group it gets down to 3 people. And then those 3 people go in front of because they doesn't make well, I guess we got a preview of that this week, 3 people at tribal council. They used to do down to 2, but now it's 3. And they bring them back in front of the jury, which is the last 7 people that were voted out. And they have to plead their case as to why they played the best game and why they deserve the $1 million. And the jury then votes for who they think is most deserving. So it's a balancing act between backstabbing people and getting them out and not making them hate you.
Well,
And your
shoot.
sappy story.
That can often help. But that's also
Yeah.
sometimes the reason that people get voted out. So even if Jake was not like physically a tank and would win all these challenges, once we got to the individual part, they'd probably vote him out for that because you don't want to sit next to someone who's won 5 challenges in a row. That just looks like a better deserving winner, even if he was a scrawny person like Jason.
Leave Jason alone. Justice for Jason.
I'm just saying, like opposite sizes, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to sit next to someone at tribal council who's going to be able to be like, I really like, I'm out here, I'm playing for my dad. I just want to make him proud. I want to win this money for my baby to change his life. Like, they're going to vote for that person. So sometimes if you have too much of a sob story, you might get cut at like final 5 because people want to keep you around. They like you, but they don't want to compete against you for $1 million. It's $1 million. So it depends.
True.
That's the sob kill shot.
Okay, so knowing that, I guess now, Kyle, sorry, Bree and Pat, who would you pick?
That's a good
Savannah.
question. Savannah's I could also see Savannah getting voted out at like final 7 though, because she
I can see her
tries to
gonna-
cut too many throats. Like she flips on her alliance too early or something. She takes a risk. I think she's a great player. We'll probably see her again in some season.
That's
Season
my
50.
bet.
But I don't know that she could win. She has winner energy, but she's like playing a specific kind of game to me.
That's what they need. It's like Black Widow Brigade.
Yeah.
She is a
Vibe.
Black.
I would say someone like Christina probably can't
She's
win.
gonna win?
I know I said can't win for opposite reasons. Like she might be someone that they bring to the end, but sometimes they'll bring what's called a goat to the end because they're like, well, I have to compete against 2 other people. Let me keep someone in the game that does nothing and isn't deserving and no one's going to vote for, because then I don't really have to worry about competing
Now,
against them. So
a goat
I should keep
means
the bird.
A goat means greatest of all time, Pat.
And
Yes, but
Survivor is
Survivor
different.
goats existed before the goat in pop culture.
Like a
So
sacrificial
Survivor
goat.
is
They should call it a
Okay.
lamb.
So it's a slaughter.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
for the
that's what it is. But that's what they call it on the show. That's like what they used to call it
Mm.
before goat became like a big term.
Mm.
So
Or
it
Tom
is
Brady.
confusing if you jump
Or-
in now, but that's what if they say goat, which you'll hear probably in a couple episodes,
Okay.
that's what they're talking about. They're like, this person's useless. They're not going to get any
Think-
votes.
not greatest of all time. Think fainting goat.
Oh, with the stiff legs.
So
Yeah.
Christina could go to the end, but as a goat, where they're like, no one's going to vote for her.
Let's see that.
Famously Sue from a few seasons ago.
Who I had in the survivor pool, and I was pissed because I knew she wasn't going to win.
But she could rack you up points on her journey.
No, she didn't do
Or
anything
goat.
either.
Way to the slaughter. Oh.
Well, that's why she was a goat, is because she found an idol and didn't play it. She was barely
Oh my
kept.
gosh.
She was barely kept in the loop. She didn't do well in challenges. She didn't do any of these things.
All right. Enough
All right.
Sue content.
So
Okay, so who are you guys
let's
vote?
wrap it up. Last bit from everyone. Let's start with Kyla.
Oh, I'm just saying something. I'm just
Yeah.
I'm off the cuffing. I thought you were
Yep.
asking me something.
Nope. Nope. Last thoughts.
I didn't prepare anything, but I think that I'm gonna continue to not have to pick up anyone. I think all 3 of my people are gonna make it past the merge. I'll just put it there.
That's interesting.
There you
That's
go.
kind of what Alex said when he called them lovable losers before Jake got smitten by God.
Yeah, I believe in Alex.
All right. Christina?
I surprisingly don't have anything to comment on. I think that
You don't want to give us one last thing I have to bleep out?
no, I gave you plenty of material. You'll have to get me again on the pod at some later point with more provocative things going on in the season. I
More
think
provocative.
We're talking
Yeah.
about masturbation earlier.
no, not that kind of provocative things like someone backstabbing someone really nice. I think
Okay.
Jason's gonna win it all.
Uh,
I think Jason is going to win it all, and people laughed at him for playing Pokemon Go, but that's his strength. And now you can't pick him anymore, right? Is that correct?
He's off the
Right.
board. He's off the board.
Yeah, everybody didn't pick him. You all fucked up. So that's all I have to
There
say.
There it is. There it is.
Jason's great. I think everybody is at a loss who didn't pick him, and I think he's going to win. That's all.
All right. Brianna.
I was just gonna say I'm so glad that we have this pod and that we have the league and that everybody watches Survivor with us, and it makes me so happy. That's what I want to say this week, is that I
You're
love
just precious.
I just love it. It makes me so happy.
I was definitely one of those people where the first time we were hanging out, like we're picking out, not the first time we hung out, but like early on when we were hanging out, I was like, what are we going to
you
watch?
and
you were like,
Bree or who?
Yeah,
me and
who's
Bree.
talking? Okay.
I don't know. It does feel like a lifetime, this recording. But Bree was like, we're gonna watch Survivor, and I was like, oh, that's really funny. Like, I'm kind of upset I didn't think about that joke. And she was like, no, that's what I watched to like stay in touch with my parents. We all watch it and we talk about it. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll try it. We make fun of it. And then I was hooked right away, and it's really become our thing, and we love talking about it. So getting this many people to at least humor us, whether it's by force or it's pretty much only by force, talk about it is really, really fun. So I'll piggyback off Bree's thing. I'm really enjoying whatever this is. Thank you all for being a part of it. All right. Well, this has been The League Has Spoken. Until next time. After hours.
I'm working in the kitchen. At night.
Don't hold back.
Hey, Squidward, guess what? I'm chopping lettuce. At night. Look at me, I'm swabbing the bathroom. At night. Ow! I burned my hand! At night. Night, 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 night.